Hi kids, Annie here. Today we're traveling to the United States, to Kirksville, Missouri. That's where I went to university, and I found out about an epic trick. The only spices that I remember my mother using were salt and pepper. You see, she had married a nice boy from the south side of Chicago, a nice white Irish Catholic boy. And in their family, they wouldn't eat anything they couldn't identify. They were basically meat and potatoes kind of people, no spices. In fact, we were such a white Midwest family that we had an all-white meal. That's right, the entire meal was white. It was Monday night's meal. My mom would take a chicken and she would put it in the crock pot to slow cook it all day, which means it wasn't browned. So of course it came out white. And then she made a white gravy to go on the white mashed potatoes. And then in the Midwest, we actually had white sweet corn, which we would serve with white margarine and white salt. And of course, to wash it all down, we had a glass of white milk. Now, if I was a part of the Clean Plate Club, I could go for dessert and make a piece of white bread with white margarine and put white sugar on it for dessert. That's right, an all-white meal. Now, Fridays were a bit different. On Fridays, my father got his favorite meal, which was liver and onions. And the entire house would smell putrid, I mean disgusting. And as a child, the only thing I remember is that smell. Now, as I got older, my mother came to learn about tacos. And you know what? Taco seasoning was the one smell that could kind of overpower the liver and onions. We wouldn't eat liver and onions. Nobody liked it except my father. So, on Fridays, my mother started making us tacos, beef tacos. It was delicious. Now, of course, my father needed to rub it in. So, he would, of course, always sniff his plate and offer some liver and onions to us. And, of course, we'd be like, oh, yuck! And then, when we finished our tacos, he would save that one little piece on his fork and start running around chasing us, trying to get us to eat his liver. Now, my mother didn't like to cook on the weekends. So, my father took over making sandwiches for us on Saturdays. And really, that was my special time with my father. He would go to the refrigerator, he would pull out the white bread, the yellow mustard, and then he would get this tube of exotic European things called Braunschweiger. And, he would kind of put that paste on the bread, and then we'd have chips and a glass of milk, and my father and I used to watch Westerns. Now, all of this changed when I went away to college. When I went to college, you had a meal plan. And if you didn't like what they were serving you that day for a hot meal, you could go over to the deli bar. And when I got to the deli bar, I noticed they had that same tube of stuff that my dad had given me on Saturday mornings. Braunschweiger. And I had the lady prepare the sandwich just the way I remember, with the white bread and the yellow mustard and the squeeze of the tube. And when I sat down, I was telling Trisha the story about my childhood. And Trisha gave me this look and she said, I'm German American. And she goes, you do know what that means in German, right? And I said, no. And she said, it means like liver sausage? Sausage made out of liver? And it was like I got hit by a ton of bricks. All of a sudden, I realized that all those years that I was growing up, every Friday night, my father would chase us around with the liver and onions. But every Saturday at lunch, he would make me a liver sandwich. So, are you a little bit grossed out? I was definitely grossed out. But I hope you had a good laugh. And to all the mommies and daddies out there, let me tell you, I'm no longer a picky eater. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.